All right, out here today at East Lake Tour Championship, just walking around with Keegan. I'm with his coach, Darren May, who's also coach at the Grove, and has worked with a lot of players across all levels for years. And just want to ask him what he sees that tour players especially are doing that even good, what I would almost call elite amateurs, good college players, what tour players are doing that those players are not doing on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I think that there's a number of things, but if we like to start it from the beginning, I think that they're very, very good at ingraining good habits, and that usually starts with how specific they are with their setup a lot of the time. And I think that runs true not only with the long game, but certainly all the way through the short game, and obviously then especially with putting. So the tools that they use, alignment sticks or various aids for setup, that kind of maintain good alignment, grip, ball position, stance, body, alignment and posture. The distance you stand away from the ball is very, very important. Guys that are that good at that level are very athletic, so they'll find the middle of the club face regardless. And if you're standing different distances away from the ball on a day-to-day basis, that's going to have an effect on the pattern that you're looking for, or how you want to swing the club. So I would say that would be the first thing, is that players out here, and even though they've been doing it since they were juniors, they ingrain good habits based on how specific they are and how sensitive they are to working on standing to the ball appropriately.
All right, and then what else would you go with?
I think the second one as a whole is they're very good at maintaining a rhythm or a tempo in their swing, and that stays the same all the way across the board from wedges to drivers. It also goes across the board when they're hitting partials as well. So even though they're not hitting full shots, the tempo or the rhythm tends to be the same with every shot that they execute. And certainly situationally as well, if they're trying to maybe hit it harder into the wind, they don't usually quicken the tempo to do so. So having that awareness of that inner cadence that each person has individually, that's super important to me, and certainly to players out here, because that's what they rely on and certainly go to a lot of the time, and certainly in pressured situations.
Okay, so first is just literally being able to stand
consistently
to the ball.
Stand to the ball in an appropriate way. Yeah.
Right. Second is having a consistent tempo or
and
rhythm,
and that's your inner cadence, and that
Yep.
varies on each individual, and you can use metronomes or other devices to kind of find that for you. And I think the third one would be the guys out here have got very good at measuring or working out what the shot's playing. So you've got the actual yardage, you've got the carry distance that they want to land the ball, and then you've got what they think it's playing. And the caddies are really good, and the players are really good out here at measuring or getting an idea of what the wind's doing to their ball, or what the temperature's doing to their ball, and whether it's up, down, elevation, so on and so forth. So what the conditions are doing to your ball, and taking the club appropriately to make it go the distance that you want. I would say most people out here are really good at judging distance, different from scratch players or even college players.
Okay, so they're just more precise and able to take in more factors.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I think that the last thing would be having an expectation level of where to aim. I mean, it's very rare that the guys out here, from my experience, aim straight at the flag. They usually give themselves a margin either side of it, and that's got a lot to do with where the pin positions are, but they certainly don't want to short side themselves. But now, because of all the statistical data that we use, we have a good understanding of what leads the tour, from proximity, from all the yardage bands that we kind of measure in. So they tend to have a good idea of the corridor that they're trying to keep the ball in, either left of the flag or right of the flag. So it's very rare that they'll go straight at it.
So when you say yardage bands, just some even really good amateurs might not know what you're discussing there. Tell me what you mean when you say they're good from different yardage bands.
So let's say if you want to be best in the world proximity from 50 to 75, you're looking at 9 feet either side of the flag, and then 75 to 100 is 12 feet either side of the flag, and 100 to 125 is 15 feet either side of the flag, 125 to 150 is 18 feet, 150 to 175 is 23 feet, and 175 to 200 is 28. So if you've got a shot from 168, around 168, and you realize that out here that takes an average of 3 shots on average at PGA Tour level, giving yourself 30 feet either side of the flag to do so is a really good target, rather than going at the flag.
Okay, yeah. And So, and you've even helped kind of customize practice for your guys based off of that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I would go a stage further and say it's good to give players tools to understand that if the pin's cut left and they're not as competent with left pins as they are right, they know that they've got to give themselves a little bit more leeway in situational pins that might not be to their strength. So there's an individualization to this and a customization based on what those person's strengths and weaknesses are.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
You got it.